All right, it's 7:44. We will call the River Township State Meeting to order. Please stand. Assist me in giving a pledge of the flag of our country. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Before you have the minutes.
I'll make a motion that we suspend the reading of the minutes and approve them as written.
I second that.
Mr. Yap?
Yes.
Mr. Pettit?
Yes.
Mr. McClure?
Yes.
All right, we will get right into our department reports. Start with our fire EMS chief, John Heath.
Good evening.
Evening.
Totals for the year, 497. We're averaging still that 4.7 calls per day. We received 3 mutual aids. Since last meeting, we provided 5. Most of the mutual aid that came in were crews were already on other calls. Engine 50's power steering's been repaired. It's got new tires, but we are awaiting a new tie rod. It needs to be replaced. So we have half of the parts waiting on one more part to show up, and then they'll replace that as well. It's still able to be driven, but we're driving it second out for right.
Sure.
The utility got its new tires installed. Everything's working just fine with it, and the radiator replaced. Everything's looking great on that. The new brush will go in service on Wednesday of this week. The Eclipse went off with no issues in the township at all, or really around our surrounding area as well. The highways were clear, and I think they got the word out to most people. It didn't seem like it was much of a trouble. So the department's going to be participating in a mock crash for Green and Prom on Wednesday, along with Houston Fire. Made contact with Matt, just working on some logistics on time. The school sets that, so I'm hoping to have a hard number tomorrow. And then on Saturday and Sunday, our crews will be out here working, training on the new fire hose and nozzles, just getting more accustomed to it. Other than that, I don't have anything else for you guys.
What day did you want to go into the house there and do some?
Potentially this Saturday and Sunday if we can.
Okay.
We just want to move the hoses around.
Yeah, if we can do
We're not going to spray
drive.
any water or do anything like that.
If we can do it dry for now.
Yeah, we can do that.
But yeah. You guys have anything for John? Thank you, sir.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, sir. Thanks, sir.
Our road and cemetery, O'Connor.
Good evening.
Good evening.
All the gov deal equipment's been picked up, paid for, gone. So we have no more. We've got a problem out in Tecumseh Estates. We've got a pipe that a homeowner put in, God knows how long ago. It looks like a section of it's collapsed, which is causing the water to back up and jump out of the ditch and come across the road on Manette. Nathan went up with county utilities. They jetted it and found a section that's collapsed. So we'll get up there and get that replaced. That should take care of that problem. I kind of knew this was coming. We've got residents in Holiday Valley asking about curb repairs. Since, we were out there doing all those catch basins. I know we've talked about this at one time.
Yeah.
But I've had 2 or 3 people ask me, are we going to come through and do curb repairs?
That is, the only thing I don't know about is like you go to Fairborn and you paid for it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a,
I don't know
I
how we
don't
do
care.
it.
I told him I'd bring it up, but
If we do something like that, you're looking at, depending on how much of it we have, you're looking at that. I mean, we couldn't do it with what we bring in there.
I don't know exactly how bad a lot of it is.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure some.
Most of it, like the guy that was talking to me today, he says it's just one block.
Yeah.
And then over on Philadelphia, which we talked about last year, that gentleman, it was maybe 3 blocks.
Yeah. Well, the problem is back then, and I don't know about there, I've never replaced any curb in there, but a lot of times they put rebar in it.
I
And
don't
if you
think
don't,
they did in there.
they didn't, that's good, because if you did, man, that's a nightmare. Because you can try to cut clear through it and end up busting another block or two.
I mean, would I even bet that it's 12 inches thick?
Back then concrete was cheaper than gravel, I bet it is.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, that's true.
So there's something we need to think about if it comes up again.
Would you go, I know you don't have a lot of time this time of year with the cemetery.
Gonna see how much we actually have.
Yeah, just kind of go get an estimate, rough estimate for us, so we know what we're up against.
Yeah.
And then, if we know what we're up against, it gives us a lot better, we can make a better decision.
Okay, we can do that.
Not knowing, it's kind of, I don't have any idea what it costs. To be ridiculous.
That's something that could go in the grant project.
One thing is,
Yeah.
what we did over in Green Meadows 1, is that helps score higher on grant applications, because concrete has a longer useful life. So I mean, if it's something to think about, if it's the functionality, we should probably fix it.
Right.
If it just looks a little rough here and there.
Yeah, it's a hazard and it is functional. I mean, it carries the water down and
Yeah.
when it collects a bunch of crap, stuff grows in it. You know how it is, and all the seeds get in it and then,
Yeah, but we'll go take a look, see about how much we've got.
yeah. And
Get an idea.
how is the, catch basin rebuilding coming in the valley? Pretty
They're
good?
done.
Are they done?
Yeah. They came in, last Friday?
Yeah, they finished
Cleaned them all up and seeded around them. They
Thought
look
they
good.
have some touch-up work to do on some of that type of thing.
with the rain last week. That did look like maybe just a little bit minor stuff.
You don't have such fine soil in there to begin with, it's all
Mhm.
half pit run.
Yeah.
But they're done with the work and it looks good.
Right now, like that spotty curb replacement running about $75 a foot. Out and in, that's what the city bid was, where they go around, do like 10 foot here, 5 foot here.
I think you can do that cheaper than that, can't you, Don? You can beat
Yeah,
that.
you could probably do it. You guys could. Isn't that crazy then?
Oh, yeah.
But if it was like a whole street or something, you'd be down closer to like 40 or something like that, but. I
Yeah,
don't know,
skip 'em
full
around,
street.
it's-
I mean, I
It's
get
tough.
You have to have so many people because
It
it's so spread out.
grows.
Yeah.
Just like you said, they usually saw and then maybe jackhammer in, it might bust the next one, or
Yeah.
bust a drive.
Okay, well, I've got an idea on what to tell them. Like I
So we're
said,
looking into it.
catch basins repaired. The new mowing tractor's here. Man, it's big. Big tractor. I think it's gonna serve us well. It's down to the garage right now if anybody wants to stop by and take a look at it. But it's big. We had electric go out in the building Friday. A gentleman hit a phone pole on Snyder Road. Some of our lights shorted out. We've got Richard's Electric getting those replaced since he's the one that originally replaced them and stuff.
Now, Don, was that, I heard a story that there's a possibility they may not have hooked us with both legs.
Well, that is true, but still the lights are out.
Well, I'm ask Richards, is there a, being running under voltage, will that damage those lights? Or do you think it was, that's what I'm thinking. You run them under voltage, man, that's like the hardest. So my point is, if Ohio Edison dropped the ball, we gotta at least try to gouge them a little bit, make them pay for something. Because they didn't hook us up after the accident, and am I right or wrong?
Yeah, I mean, they left the third leg
Yeah, they-
disconnected, but
Yeah,
But they weren't aware of it,
yeah.
apparently.
okay.
And I tell you what, you walked in that bay and it just smelled like herbicide bad. They fried them. The two night lights is what they are.
So
Killer
the-
night lights.
So it's pretty minimal damage? Did it hurt the outside lights in the lot?
Didn't seem to.
Okay,
Those three things, those old ones?
Well, we got like 460 coming in that building.
They're 208.
and we only have half a leg coming in, everything's all.
Oh, yeah.
Bad.
Yeah, you throw a switch the wrong way, man, they turn. Pretty wild.
Well, that's good, we got it, it's under control, so.
We're gonna start getting the remaining snow removal equipment we got on the trucks, get it off. So we can start using the trucks.
River Township respond 5237 Salm Street, across the Westcott Pond. For a 27 female
And
seizure.
we've got,
For
we're waiting on a
Township,
plate for the
5237
new
Salm
brush
Street.
head, so
For
we'll be able to hook
27
it up to
female
our
seizure operations on our.
quick attach on the mini. Took it over there and they measured it up and everything, so should be getting that in here sometime, hopefully. And that's really about it from the roads. Cemetery, we're setting foundation forms, gonna try to pour next week. Get that done and out of the way. And funerals, we've probably been having a couple a week. We've got one this Friday already. So staying busy in the cemetery, and then the guys are mowing and weed eating. And that's really about it.
Anybody have anything else for Don?
No.
Thanks, Don.
He pulled a sack on me.
Our River Township Sheriff Deputy, Brandon Baldwin.
980.
Good evening, everyone. Since our last meeting on April 1st to today's date, 21 calls for service, 3 criminal arrests, 18 traffic stops, 18 assists, 38 business checks, 8 citizen contacts, and 1,300 miles placed on the cruiser, and 3 traffic crashes. Couple notes here before I go into the paperwork I provided to you guys. The townships have been given 16 hours every 2 weeks for the months of April and May for traffic grant in their townships. So luckily I've been able to take advantage of that. This past Saturday I worked from 7 to 11. The previous Saturday I worked 7 to 3 out here. There's been quite a few citations that have been written. Biggest one being speed. Obviously the Springfield Post at statewide highway patrol is very short-handed. If they have somebody there that's high senior, they normally either get promoted or transfer out somewhere, so they're really short-handed. So I've kind of been sitting on 70 and 675, obviously with the fatal crash we had on 675 not too long ago. And the speed has been, I don't even know if excessive is the right word. It's been out of control, especially early in the morning. So I've been hitting that hard out there. The only thing I really have for you guys, I obtained pricing on a 2024 Dodge Durango with the V8. As you guys see there, I think the price is around $44. However, the ordering banks for that particular vehicle closed this past Friday. He would have technically somewhat held one for me, but wanted some paperwork, kind of putting our name to it, and I told him I didn't feel comfortable, obviously, with something having to go to an open meeting to at least be discussed. So other than that, I was able to get pricing for a 2025 Ford Interceptor utility. It's pretty much similar to what we already have. It's just newer. There's a couple options that actually there's quite a few that Ford has now made standard instead of being an add-on option that you have to pay for 2025. It looks like that one's sitting right about 48.6. I attempted to get some on a Tahoe. All the 2024s are spoken for and or allocated. The 25s GM has not allocated yet, nor have they discussed pricing or put anything out yet. So GM's pretty much out of the ball on that. And it's unknown really if the 5.3 issue has been fixed. Right now, as far as a police pursuit Tahoe goes, the only available motor is the 5.3. Cannot get a 6.0, cannot get a 6.6, and you cannot get the 6.2. I was able to confirm that. So other than that, that's all I have for you guys. I've driven through all the neighborhoods here a lot recently. It looks like grass for the most part right now is under control, luckily. And I do not believe that this year we will have to mow the old Shank property there close to Rocky Point on Fairfield because it has been bought and they're doing work.
I've seen a little work going on over there.
So I think the only one we might have to mess with is the one, of course, that's in Tecumseh Estates that has been a vacant lot since I was a kid. And I don't know why he just doesn't sell it. He doesn't respond to letters or anything.
Well, let's keep it knocked down where we don't have to hire somebody to come in with a brush head. Yeah, if you just bought a feet gun head, we're gonna be able to handle the big stuff and then, right?
We'll take the new beast.
Take that new tractor out there and run
Okay. All right.
the beast.
Just saying, I don't wanna hire somebody, that.
Yep.
That cat, if we can help it, does anybody have anything else for Brandon?
As far as the car goes, I believe that if it was approved, I would just reach out to them and see how they want me to proceed in the process of getting that started. From what I've been told, it sounds like people are hopping on that bandwagon rather fast.
What's the lead time on that?
It's going to be definitely a couple months. Yeah.
Is that all it is, a couple months, not years?
No, shouldn't be a year.
Okay,
It's
some of them
definitely
are,
going to be
you
a
know.
couple months because of unit allocation, how many are going to get ordered up.
And how many miles are on yours?
Sitting right at, I think, 90,000 right now.
Okay.
Yep.
And so you've had that
It'll be 4 years this year.
So we're putting over 30 a year on the back, roughly.
Yeah.
25.
Which I'm about on pace with regular road patrol. I
Yeah.
drive a little bit more than they do.
I'm just trying to think, if we hold out a year, where it'll be. And then that's another thing we need to figure out is this, with not having loaners, what do we do with this one? Do you sell it? Do you keep it? Now's the time to sell it. It's gonna bring as much money as it's ever gonna bring, $100,000.
That's the thing that's kind of up in the air as far as if there's spares available.
Yeah,
And how, it's quite often that somebody goes to get a spare, it's dead, it doesn't have an in-car radio on it.
right.
I'm sure Chief Heath can attest that, the in-car radios are higher wattage, so you get out a lot better than compared to if I'm running a portable only. It's hit or miss on spares, especially if one's down for a long period of time.
Yeah.
So obviously up to you guys if you would decide to keep the car. If it were to be kept, obviously, I'd probably leave it as it is and not take anything out of it. I would maybe try to see if I could get my hands on another in-car radio. Obviously, I don't know how much those are, so I'd have to find that out. I'm sure he probably knows. But if not, if it was something I was driving for a day or two, I could probably run with a portable and be fine.
Right.
So
Did we replace that radio? We have to replace it, don't we? No, that's the dash cam. I'm sorry. That's the name of the dash cam.
no, which that's still up in the air either.
Okay.
So we'll find out whether or not that happens. Worst comes to worst, the new car, if I'm allotted one of the new cameras that the department has ordered, that if it comes in relatively soon, I'll put that in that one and then it can be taken out and put in the new one.
Sure.
Or just wait. It just kind of depends.
Okay.
You're looking at 8 to 9 months for a radio, if not longer.
8 to 9 months.
That's what I was just getting ready to say. If we get the car in 3 months, you're not gonna get it on the road in 3 months.
Yeah.
That's what we're.
No. So even
Until you get everything into it, and if we're gonna keep the other one as a backup, it needs to be on the road at least once a week.
Oh,
Or
absolutely.
it'll just sit there and
Rock, yeah.
Oh yeah.
be dead and cause all kinds of problems.
Yeah.
You need to.
Yeah, I know the road department guys would love to take that on a joyride.
We could use it when we get the weed eating group.
But yeah, so the big kicker, especially on the new cars, with Ford, the 2025, is right now all the vendors they're in the process of getting everything figured out as far as compatibility with the car. They didn't change the front end, the rear end's changed a little bit. But as far as like what light packages can go on, sirens and all that stuff, I've reached out to P&R, obviously gotten a rough idea of kind of what's going on. But I've also looked into PAR, which does a lot of Dayton stuff. I haven't really heard anything bad. Obviously, I'm going to look at where John just took his stuff. Kind of get a rough idea of where to go with it.
Is this all plug and play at this point? Have the car manufacturers figured that one out yet, where they would just put a plug and play in?
The big thing is if anything has changed as far as partition size and push bumper compatibility, it's probably going to be the main things.
Yeah, okay. Is that all you got?
That's all I got.
Anybody got anything? Brandon?
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thanks.
Our fiscal officer, Dave Rudy.
Doing some checks for you guys to sign off on. I got a bank reconciliation and the reports for January. So I'm trying to, now that tax season's getting close to being done, I'm gonna get that caught back up. The SALT resolution for next year, participate in it, needs to be
77 male.
uploaded no later than May
General
3rd.
illness.
So we would just
For
make a resolution,
neutral alley,
participate in
I'm not
that, and then decide on how many
337 for
times
this drive for 77 male general illness.
purchase.
Operations
And
other.
would that be something that, so, we may have already talked about this, but
The red speakers are.
Oh, okay. Is this something we would have to take the summer? Is this something we would take
No, it's
delivery in the
winter.
fall?
It's
Winter,
Yeah,
okay.
it's SALT.
And right now, we got, you say,
How many?
2,
about 2 in,
a little over 2.
and we can comfortably store 4? Or would it be better at 350?
I would be comfortable with another 100 ton in there.
Okay, so 3 would be comfortable? So I guess we just need a resolution to enter an assault. We don't have to decide the amount right now, do we?
Yeah, because I have to enter that.
Last year you did 400.
We did last year, we did 400, so. you know.
We could bump it down 100 or something.
Like we were talking, then you get to years where we use 600 and then you're, then you're,
There's lots of fun places to put it then. If we had to.
that's what I
I mean,
figured.
county was about to ask if they could stick some in ours.
Really?
Yeah, to that last event, and we used some, so.
Fill it up.
What?
Let's
Yeah.
fill it up so we don't have.
What do
to-
we figure we used last year?
Well, you ordered
Well, like you
four,
said,
figured you
we
had
use
what,
anywhere
2 in
between
there?
200 and 600.
Well,
Probably about 4.
So
Yeah,
probably
we'll
last
probably
year's
make
couple of
threes.
times.
So this year we
Probably
used,
about 300, 350 at the most.
this past year we did?
Because you gotta figure, okay? I go out on a half-inch snow, which, I don't know why anybody can't drive in half-inch of snow. That takes the exact same amount of salt as if I go out on 12-inch snow.
Right.
So, that's just what we use.
Well, that's good. Use 350 on a light, I mean, it was a very light
We're not
one.
mixing grits anymore either, so.
Yeah, so it's
Yeah.
all
Yep,
salt.
so it's all salt, no grits.
Which I'm good with that.
Let's
I think it
Less sweeping to do.
Yeah.
keeps
I
that
think
it works a little faster, get it in a vein of just all grits and.
Well,
Let's do a couple hundred.
no, I think we do at least 300, don't you? Hey, what do you think?
I mean, I was.
What do you think,
thinking
Don? You want to do
close
400 again? If we did 4 last year, might as well do 4.
We don't technically have to take it if we don't have.
Right
I
there.
mean-
Well, you have to purchase minimum of 90%. So we'd have to purchase 360, so.
We can handle that.
Yeah.
We'll probably use that in the lightest of winters. We'll use
Is that just to turn it in to get the best price?
Yeah.
I mean, that's not committing to like Morton or an
No,
American Rock
that's,
Salt or something.
then ODOT will do the
This
bidding.
just goes-
ODOT will do the bidding.
This just goes to the county, right? And they get
Right.
total.
Try to do it right.
Yeah, so then whoever bids it out, I think there were like 2 main bidders last year.
So
It
do
was
you
all
have
over all over the state, the districts and everything.
do you have the language we need to make a resolution?
Yeah, right. So you want, that's kind of that top thing, you can just say how many tons you want to do.
Do that new business, or you want me to do it now?
Just do it now.
Yeah, let's do it now.
Alright, I'll make a motion that Mount River Township trustees, Clark County, Ohio, hereby submit this written agreement to participate in the Ohio Department of Transportation annual road salt bid in accordance with the Ohio Revised Code 5513.01B. Hereby agree to all the following terms and conditions in its participation of the ODOT road salt contract.
Second that.
For the bid of 400 tons.
For the bid of 400 ton.
Yes.
Sorry, second.
That's fine. No problem.
You didn't have it written down there.
Yeah, it's down there. Mr. Young,
Yes.
Mr. Pettit,
Yes,
Mr. McClure.
Yes.
anything, is that all you have, Dave?
Don did give me a deed, couple deeds to sign.
Okay. Couple deeds to sign. Anything from Houston Fire EMS? With that, we'll get into old business. We've already talked about the catch basin, things of that nature down in the valley and around Green Meadows. Green Meadows looking good too? They all done with everything? Everything's done?
Catch basins?
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Anybody else have anything in old business we need to touch on? Did you, were you able to contact the people down there on New Horizon?
Letters went out, I haven't heard anything.
Okay.
I didn't put on there, I said we wouldn't start till like May. I want to give you a little lead time on that.
Okay.
I don't want to press you.
Might be a little later than that, but
Will you have to come so the state's done by then?
should.
That'll probably be June.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't say when in May, just May,
Just said
depending on weather,
Around May, yeah.
around May.
Oh, yeah, big fun weather.
Because I figured we want to get some grass seed and stuff going, and that's about the best time.
Yeah.
So I just put on there for them to call me. Save you the headache, because I did put on the letter, if we would determine that culvert pipe was an even rhythm drive, to be on them. So that will get some calls.
Yeah, have them call you.
Yeah. Which hopefully they're there, but I don't know.
Yeah, even if they have a culvert under their driveway.
I mean, it might just be full but they could be old rotten. So,
I thought all those were replaced when they did all that.
well,
I know mine got replaced.
but that's like you talk about the berm cuts. I mean, that is high. It's no wonder why the road is shot along there, even on the high spot.
Yeah.
Water just sets right there on the road.
But then it doesn't help either, you know, there's that one side kind of bellied down and on the road.
So.
Look at her.
Is there anything else in old business we need to discuss? Do we need to make I guess that'd be new business motions on the, seems like old business to me, we've been wrestling with it for a
Right.
year.
Right.
Anything else on old business? If we're good, we'll move on to new business.
Yeah.
We can talk about the Clark County cleanup. The new spring roadway litter cleanup, the Great American Cleanup, it all starts March 20th through June 20th. From my understanding, reading this letter, you want to volunteer, they will send you out a bin. You need to call, I'm trying to see if there's a website, I'm sure there is here. Phone number to call is 937-524-2025. And bulk items this year, such as mattresses and couches, are included in this program. $10 each for the smaller items, and 4x4s are $5 each. So I guess mattresses are 10 is what they're saying, and the smaller items, 4x4s are $5 each. So, but you can get on Clark County, Ohio. I do not see the daggone website on here anywhere.
I think it's possibly on the front page of the website.
Yeah, it's Clark County, Ohio Solid Waste District. If you just Google that, I'm sure there's something there you can get on.
Yeah, because they usually have their hours and have.
But that's your, if you want to get involved and volunteer, they will provide bins and such for you. Again, the number 937-521-2025. They have another number here, 937-521-2020. So call either one of them for more details. Now, do we want to go into the,
You want to, what all do we have to put on gun deals?
just say, yeah.
Brush truck hose.
There's a lot of miscellaneous.
So just miscellaneous surplus equipment. So,
And brush truck.
I'll make that motion that we, go ahead and put surplus equipment, air packs, hose, nozzles, miscellaneous stuff, and brush truck,
Brush truck and the Tahoe,
And the Tahoe.
the old, yeah, the old Tahoe.
gov deals. I'll make a motion, we.
Have you given me the okay to be the head of that? Okay.
Yeah, I know you enjoy that.
I would gladly let them put your number on there.
No, that's all right.
Second that motion.
Mr. Allen?
Yes.
Mr. Petty?
Yes.
Mr. Book?
Yes.
And then do we need a motion to release a check to Palmer Trucks?
I think we had.
We already did that?
I think we had approved the truck a while ago.
Yeah. Okay.
So. I just need one if you want to get Brandon the okay to proceed with this.
Yeah, do you guys want to have a discussion on that, or do you want to, what do you all think about it?
Well, I don't know, I don't know, I
Think
guess
we
I'm.
can get another year out of it?
I don't know, it ain't gonna go down in price
Yeah.
in a year, is the problem.
than the timing of having it. It could be a year out.
Time we get everything, get it all.
By the time we get it, get the radio for it, yeah, it won't be on the road till probably, winter. Then you're not gonna wanna drive it in the winter.
I know you don't have this off your top of your mind. What do we got sitting in his account right now?
We got plenty.
He's got plenty.
I've also got some old stuff that's been sitting in my garage for years that could maybe bring a little bit of money on gov deals if you guys want to sell it.
Are you asking us to put this up with the fire department stuff?
If you're able to. I mean, it's a super old light bar and a couple old siren controllers. I think that's about
There's
it.
a partition out there that can go up to. There's a partition and a box.
Would there be a motion to put surplus township deputy items on as well?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Mr. Young?
Yeah.
Mr. Pitt?
Yes.
Mr. McCoy?
Yes.
Do you want to sell just operable stuff or broken stuff too?
As is, buy everywhere.
You'd be surprised what people.
I mean, if it's junk, we don't need to.
Some people buy them for the parts.
I was gonna say, some people buy them hanging on the
Yeah,
man
if
cave.
you
Worst
just wanna-
worst thing can happen is it doesn't sell, and then you figure it out from there.
Sure,
I can show you what I have
okay.
down there. It's-
Well, we definitely have something, so we'll get that put on. And,
As far as this goes, I don't know. I say, I don't know, we saw how long it took us to get a tractor. How
yeah,
long it took us to get a truck. They may say 3 months, but I don't believe it.
well, and like you said, then the radio's 8 months, so we're at least 8 months out
I
anyway.
don't believe it, so yeah, so.
You gotta get it, ladder, and,
They're 3 to 4 months out and upfitting for lights too.
yeah, so 3 or 4 months
Almost
there.
everybody's that way.
So we gotta get, so I say, I mean, it's just my opinion, I say we order.
Is that a motion?
Ford. I'll make a motion, we order the Ford.
A second.
Mr. Young?
Yes.
Mr. Pitt?
Yes, Mr. McCoy.
Yes.
Okay, so ball's in your court, Brandon, make it happen.
Yeah.
And will there be any other new business to come before?
Yeah, real quick, I hate to slow us down, but Bob and I were talking about the other day, while we got all these guys here, maybe come up with something. It seems like we've had more accidents there at Fairfield and Fowler. I drove around there the other day and there is a stop ahead sign sitting there, but is it a good enough stop ahead sign? I don't know how many different configurations of stop ahead. Just seems like we're getting more and more people over there with Brandeberries, more and more people cutting from Yellow Springs to Enon that aren't familiar with that road, that when you come over the hill,
Yeah.
there's the stop sign. I mean, I don't know what the details were for the last wreck. I do know the details of the first two. Well, we've had 3 pretty good ones in the last 6 months.
Yeah, I think they're coming off of Fowler, coming down the
They're
hill.
just coming down that hill and running that stop
They either
sign.
don't stop or they stop, but they can't see the traffic coming
It's a
around that
bear to
curve.
see to the right there.
It is.
Almost
it is.
I mean, I know people
What are
live
your
there, that's
thoughts?
terrible, but almost a flashing light to give them,
Do we want to do a flashing light or do we
Something
want to
to that
put rumble
degree.
strips? I'm not a fan of the grinding out, but the
I mean, even
raised white ones they glue on or whatever.
even a convex mirror or something you can, because it's hard to see around that property there, because it comes
Yeah.
down into the cut.
It is hard to see to the right and the left. There are some, and that Fairfield takes that hard kind of, not hard curve, but a little bit of a curve.
And there's a hill there too. There's a
There,
dip, a
When
little
you're going, you
rise.
kind of, that kind of does that going around past Keith Culp's house and kind of goes to the right.
Is
So
it a
if you're
running
looking,
stop sign issue or is it more of a
So
can't see the
both.
turn?
It's both.
it
Both.
is
Yeah, both.
definitely both. When the
when that
light
got hit, I think that lady just ran the stop sign.
Yes.
So a flashing stop sign.
Would help possibly.
is this a lilac farm? Is that what's up there on Fowler?
Yeah.
When that's in operation too, I've had a couple crashes.
You call it the lilac farm?
No, it's the,
lilac farm?
Sunset.
it's the,
What's it called?
Lavender.
Lavender. Sorry. I
Hey, they're
mean,
both purple. We'll give
it's,
you that.
Yeah,
for
you're right.
example,
I mean, you're close.
like the one I had them help on, I think they could probably attest that smoke was probably lucky to be alive.
Oh, yeah.
And that's all because somebody ran the stop sign.
It's probably one of our worst intersections.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Well, what's your thoughts? Was a flashing, we gotta have something on top of the hill. The flashing light down at the bottom doesn't
I
really
think
do much.
the problem is most people that are from not around here don't
I think that's what we've noticed, that either our local people have been hit because they're going through knowing that it's not a stop, and then people from out of town that are going to Brandyberry or going to other things that way are not stopping at that stop sign.
So
Maybe a flashing stop sign that shows them.
The stop sign is Clark County's, and the county engineer is not really in favor of putting the flashing lights around that stop sign. But they are looking at maybe doubling them up.
I don't think putting flashing lights around the stop sign do any
Right.
good, because by the time you see the flashing light on the stop sign,
Too late.
you're
It's
still
something
going too
further
fast.
back.
So we did have a discussion, and I've got a contact with this, I can't remember, MD something, where they sell those signs. They didn't have a stop ahead sign with the lights around. They have like, The school.
Yeah,
well, I mean, we're talking about the little LED lights that turn the.
I
turn
know,
around
but I
and stuff.
mean, wouldn't they have an LED at the top and bottom, at least something flashing? I
Well,
don't
just-
care if it's one around it.
Sure. I mean, I'm just looking at what they got. I mean, it wasn't an option on it.
No.
But I was gonna call and see if there's.
Well, what
custom-
about I know I don't like it either, but what about the white little rumble strips you adhere to the road?
Plow will peel them up.
Yeah.
Plows will peel them up.
Well, they may, but they last pretty good.
mean,
Plus
they
they
have-
get slick.
Yeah,
Yeah, they can hold water.
They get slick.
Yeah.
I'd like to try something with the signs before we go into that. We did that, like, Lower Valley Piking and Xenia.
Just tell the county all we want, just do a road, just go straight over it, do a bridge.
Even if you put a like dangerous intersection ahead or something.
Something.
Like that.
We need to do
I mean,
something.
I know the signs are so,
Could help.
You gotta be careful, you get too many signs.
or cross traffic doesn't stop.
I can wonder if maybe we need to reposition the stop ahead sign. It's leaning a little bit. It's kind of sitting there by the pole.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's, I mean, it's good, brand new looking, pretty fairly new blade. I
It's in
mean,
good shape. I don't know if
it's,
we doubled up that, if we got it.
the big
doubled
poles
up
are
that-
all up that side,
If we doubled up that stop sign, what I would like to know is, okay, 3 more foot higher stop sign, where does that get you coming over
Yeah,
there?
where do you see it from
And
there?
we don't really know unless we go out there and hold one
We
up.
talked about stacking.
There's a job for you guys one day.
Well, this,
Not our road.
it's county, stop signs county, so I mean, they're looking into it, because after we talked, I told our supervisor aside, just kind of check it out, but then he gave me the website where you can buy the signs with the flashing lights and different things, but that just didn't have that as one of the optional signs, but he gave me a contact there, I was gonna call him and see.
What did they put at green in it? They had something that flashes.
Those are stop signs.
Okay.
And those are nice, but again, I don't think that'd do any good, because by the time you see the stop sign,
It's a school logo,
you're
right?
going too
Those are
fast.
motion activated.
That's what it is.
Yeah. And they did that at all those problem intersections where the schools were, like Old Northeastern High School.
Yeah,
had
Shawnee.
Shawnee, and Shawnee's came out, roundabout went in. I don't know if you guys paid attention to the paper talking about that roundabout study countywide.
Yeah.
They had like 500 comments in the newspaper about that stuff. Like it was right around the eclipse. Very few comments about eclipse. There's like 500 people that wanted to weigh in on that roundabout thing.
Negative,
About 50-50.
50-50.
Really?
And we had another accident at Fairfield Pike.
68.
I mean, that project's moving forward from what I've been
As,
told.
I wasn't a fan of it
Put a
first,
roundabout there.
but they saved lives.
I think if you,
235 and 41. I
What
mean,
do you
that's
do?
pretty-
oh yeah, they use that shingles there all the time.
My wife hated, she was like, the one at
They
Shawnee,
work that.
she's taught at Shawnee,
They slow you down to make
and
it
now she says
not a
it's
fair
fast.
accident.
It's gonna be that drunk that ramps that bad boy about 2 in the morning one night. It's gonna be.
I think if you doubled the stop signs up and put maybe cross traffic doesn't stop, that would at least
Yeah.
give them an idea that, hey, the car's coming this way.
Sure.
Because I think
Where
those
would you
cars
say
are
it
still
would?
going speed limit, and when it's too late, I mean, we've taken both telephone poles out on both sides of the
Yeah.
intersection.
Right.
I mean, how the first one wasn't a fatality, I couldn't tell you, that truck was destroyed.
It's probably because he was in
When
the
Don
truck.
was there, it was.
If he'd have been in a small car, it would have been a rough.
Yeah, it was a pretty bad hit.
That was bad. I couldn't believe that was up and walking when I got there.
Yeah, all right, that's cool.
Well, we'll get some information together on anything we can do,
Right.
because the stop ahead signs are, maybe there's something solar powered that can go on it, whether a beacon or the lights around or something. Try some of that stuff first, see if we can stay on the county. I mean, he acted pretty motivated to double up some stop signs or cross traffic, stop here, no stopping, something. So I'll stay on him about that, because I think he was going out there today to look at it, actually.
Well, I don't know, it just seems like there's more houses on that road, there's more people coming to those houses that don't know the area to visit, there's people coming to the winery, there's people. It just seems like it's busier there than it used to be.
Well, and that's what, so you move on north, we've had accidents there at River, and a lot of that is just traffic around.
Right.
So we're actually, TCC's doing an intersection study on that right now, because basically replace the wall at Kings was $200,000.
Right.
So they're looking into doing something. The wall's leaning out and has damage. So they're kind of looking before they spend that kind of money on that wall. Maybe there was something. Honestly, the county engineer had said if we don't, we're going to spend maybe $200,000 to $250,000 on replacing a wall 20 years later. Probably would have moved River Pike further away from Neil's house and left the hill.
Yeah.
We could have pulled the whole road, went further, and not even built that wall.
Right.
Thought, it's $40,000 wall. You think it'd last forever, but over time, it's creeping out, and then the cars have hit it too many times and it's damaged.
Are they gonna keep this year like they did last year? Are they gonna keep the intersection of Fairfield and South Tecumseh moved back? Where the quarry sits on the right side if you're coming up to the stop sign if you're going north, South Tecumseh?
Are they gonna do what?
Are they gonna keep it mowed back like they did last year?
Well, last year they went in and they actually,
Yeah, we shaved
Shaved
some of
it.
the,
which helped tremendously,
yeah.
so,
Yeah, they should mow.
yeah.
They should mow back to the fence.
My question for you guys is, does Amy still own the lot of the old Oak Grove?
And somebody's got a camera parked
Yeah,
there.
I think so.
Yeah, because I can't get in there to check anything.
Go around the corner of the fence.
I noticed I just showed up
We got her
here,
new house built out.
Yeah.
She moved in her new house, so.
She did?
I just showed up here though, what, 2 weeks ago, a week ago today, at camper.
Notice any weird activity there or something?
No, but it wasn't too long ago when she was staying in the old office building where she called in about walking behind the old Oak Grove and found some marijuana plants.
Oh, no. Yeah, it's legal.
I haven't seen anything, I've been by there a
Yeah,
few
it
times.
just,
I've seen
it hasn't moved, but it's definitely sitting there.
Sure.
It's probably been growing wild there for a few years. Well, I do see a need to go to executive session. You have something else?
I do.
Okay.
So we had an email from community development on some BZA cases. I don't know if you guys had a chance to look at some of those.
Yeah.
There's one on Stein. Did you guys have any concerns or anything? We had the one on, what is it? One's a pool,
One was a pool there on
Garrison Road.
I don't really,
I don't have any issues with that. It's
Yeah, I
a
don't
pool in the
either.
side yards, just how things are fitting in.
right,
The one on West Enon with the cargo box, I don't know what you guys are thinking. I'm kind of I'd like for it gone.
Anytime you're dealing with a half acre lot or acre in a neighborhood, that's not the right thing to bring in. They're much more secure, they're way better than shed, but they just don't look as good.
yeah, that's a tough one, because,
If you had somebody that did one
I
up
mean, I've
back,
seen a lot of sheds that look like crap too.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
that's my
Can't make them
point.
This
tear
thing's
their
40
shed
foot
down.
long though, it looks like.
Yeah, that's the problem.
I mean, if they would want maybe a
I
20
was-
footer or something.
I was always under the impression that in the county you were in a small lot, like you were supposed to do something 12 by 12.
Something that,
Used to be 12 by 10, 120 square feet.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, it used to be.
I think that's changed.
Used to be a square footage.
so they,
That's the way it is.
they're applying for variance also, but Brandon, I don't know if I told you about that. The county accidentally approved that. Not knowing that it was actually.
So did they get a permit? Is that what?
Yeah, they had, I sounds like they did a footer inspection, step on it, they didn't realize it wasn't like a giant beachy barn coming.
Really?
It's
So
a
they,
53 footer.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's big.
Oh, it's a 50.
Onyx box?
Oh, yeah.
Goes all the way across nowhere else is a whole back fence.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Believe me, I've heard
Looks
about
like
it
privacy
last Saturday.
fence.
I heard about it a week ago Saturday.
Yeah. So that was the only one that kind of, should they like for us to drop a letter or how the township trustees feel about it, and I'll do that if you guys are on board with,
I'm on board. I'm saying
you know, if we allow that one to be all over the place.
that's the problem.
That's the problem, because they're cheap.
Yeah.
They literally are cheap compared to buying wood.
Right.
I know, we have two of them.
Yeah. No, I mean, I get it. I'm sure this is quite a show putting that thing back there, you know, I don't,
Yeah,
surprised somebody didn't
come out.
call when it was like,
Crane it
I
in?
would have to because it's long ways with the fence.
Yeah.
They crane it in.
nothing.
No.
We would have thought somebody said something, but who knows?
I mean, they're good storage. You lock them, they're very secure. We've painted ours, they're kind of a pain to paint. We've only got one now. We use them temporary.
Yeah.
And then they're great. Use them for temporary storage, and then
Watertight.
they're watertight. Rent them, they come get them.
It's where I keep salt. That's my salt bin.
Yeah, they're not even that
Sure.
expensive
When
to
they get
buy.
bad, you just
Right.
scrap it.
So for anybody watching, if you'd like to go to the BZA meeting and voice your opinion, it is April 25th at 9 a.m. And they'd like to have a response from us by the 18th. That's no problem. So that's what we're looking at. There's just those three cases here. So.
Anybody got anything else? I do see a need to go to executive session.
I make a motion to go to executive session to consider the appointment, employment, dismissal, discipline, promotion, demotion, or compensation of public employee or official.
Second,
Mr. Young,
yes.
Mr. Pettit,
Yes,
Mr. McCoy.
Yes.
I don't know if there will be any action after the executive session.
Dave, I'm gonna sign this.
8:39.